Hey, it's Tina Forsyth. I help experts turn their IP into certification and licensing programs. And today I want to talk about the dangers of scaling a service based business. Now, when you are good at what you do as a service provider, as a one on one service provider, there is a stage of growth that you're going to hit that I lovingly like to call the bursting point. And the bursting point is where you are already full. You're busy. You've got enough clients. You've got enough projects on the go. You've got enough going on. But you want to continue to grow. You want to take things to the next level. You want to increase your income, but you can't because you yourself have no more time or capacity or energy to take anything on. And so I lovingly call this the bursting point, right? Because if you try to stay there too long, chances are you might burst. We don't want you to burst. So what do you do when you hit the bursting point? Now, first and foremost, strangely enough, I want you to give yourself a big pat on the back because the bursting point is a rite of passage. It's a sign that people want what you're offering. When you are full, when you are busy, when you've got a lot going on, even if you're not making the money you want to make yet, right? That can be the challenge sometimes. Even though when you're full to that point, that means people value what you're offering and they're willing to pay you for it and they want to hire you. That is a beautiful, wonderful thing. So, yes, pat yourself on the back when you hit the bursting point. Now, how do you scale beyond this as a service provider, as a service based business? There's a couple of common paths that you will hear about and that people look to take when they hit this stage in their business. And again, either one of these paths can be profitable, can be valuable, they can be a good option. But I want you to be aware of the dangers of trying to scale a service-based business this way. The first path is the agency model, where you hire people to do what you do so that you can then serve more clients. And that makes a lot of sense, right? It's the most logical path for those of us who are service-based business owners. Like, all right, I'm full, I got a lot going on, I got more people who want things from me. If I bring more people on the team, great, we can serve more people. The danger of this, though, is that what if they don't do as good a job as what you do yourself? This is the ultimate danger with the agency model. So you want to be really aware and purposeful. What does it look like? You want to make sure that you're not just bringing people on board who maybe have the same title as you or have some experience or whatever that is. Because a common situation that can happen in the agency model is you might bring on some great people who are very skilled and have a lot of experience, but they may go do things their way. And their way may not match your way. And then it might not be the same level of service or even the same type of deliverable or result that you like to create. That is the biggest danger. That's the biggest risk when we're scaling a service business that way through the agency model is you need to make sure they can do what you do. And that's done through having clear methodology, processes, frameworks, and training and guidance and such for the people that you're bringing onto your team. That's how you mitigate that issue with the agency model. Because ultimately, the agency model can be a wonderful thing, but just don't expect that the people you bring on board right off the bat are automatically going to do things the way you do things and think the same way you do. They're not. That's purposely cultivated by you as the leader. The second model that will often come up when folks are looking to scale a service-based business is to take the expertise that they have and package it in a different way. So you will hear about this quite a bit in the online space at large, right? Oh my gosh, you've got all this expertise. You can turn that into a training program. You can turn that into a coaching program. You can do all these things. You could create products or memberships or whatever. Yes, absolutely you can. But here's the danger of that model for you as a service provider is when you're going to package your expertise and deliver it in a different way, that means you are targeting an entire new market, a whole different client avatar. And chances are you're going to have to work a lot harder with your marketing, right? So when you're a service provider, usually, I don't know about you, but for the years that I was a service provider, a one-on-one service provider, I got into it, like when I got into my groove and I was really good and I hit my stride, it wasn't that hard for me to market anymore. right? Like I got a lot of referrals. People knew what I did. I got, hired relatively easily. In my case, I worked on retainer as an online business manager for years, which was beautiful because I just got paid monthly for what I was doing, like recurring revenue. It was wonderful. I didn't have to market myself that much. But when you're going to take and package your expertise into things like, I'm going to create a training program, or I'm going to turn this into a membership. Again, these can be beautiful models. You now have become a marketer. So you need to accept the fact that you're going to have to get really good at marketing. And the people who purchase services from you generally are not going to be the same people who are going to purchase a training program from you. The people who want to hire you to do the thing you do, let's say you're a web designer, right? They're not going to want to hire you to learn how to build their own website, if that makes sense. So again, we just need to be purposeful and thoughtful here. The ultimate danger of scaling a service-based business is to just take at face value what other people tell you you should do, right? Like, because there's so much stuff out there that will say, oh my God, I've even seen videos that are like, retainers are dead. You should never, if you're doing retainers as a one-on-one service provider, that's not a real business. And I'm just like, what? Like, gag, you got to be kidding me. That to me is one of the best business models out there. Having a retainer, having that consistent monthly income, being able to work with a handful of great clients, doing whatever it is you do, like that's a beautiful, amazing thing. So just beware of what the flashy stuff that you see out there. You could do this, you should do that. Oh my gosh, a membership would be wonderful. Like all these things. Yes, these things can be wonderful, but they will take effort. They will take, in some cases, a huge shift in what you're actually doing and how you're serving people. And you just want to go into that with eyes open, right? You just want to go into that with like, oh, okay, I get and understand what this is. I know what it's going to take of me. I know what it's going to mean. I know how my role is going to change. I know how my market's going to change. I know how my marketing is going to have to change. You may need to build a marketing engine. You may need to start launching. You may need to start doing all these different things that come into play with different types of scaling models. So if you have any questions or comments about this, go ahead and pop that here with the video. I would love to hear what comes up for you around this concept of taking your business to the next level. Because at the end of the day, here's the other thing. When you hit that bursting point, you might decide, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And maybe you up-level the clients you're working with. Maybe you charge a little bit more for it. That is always an option as well. And that can be a beautiful option to continue to do what you do and create something wonderful for yourself and your family. So it's Tina Forsyth here. Until next time, take care. Bye now.